Good morning. Rene Gonzalez with Captain Rabbit's Shrimp Stories. This morning I want to make another one about the Captain Rabbit that we had just bought it. Uh, it turned out to be a real good boat because we made some real good trips on that boat. I would take it all the way east, man. I would take it all the way to 68, 6700 line out there to the home base and start dragging around the clock and all kind of stuff with that boat right there. We did some good. It was a good dragon boat. Good equipment on it. That's the first thing I did when I bought that boat. I built some brand new nets of those two-seam balloons, and man, we were getting nothing but clean corn on those drags, man. Beautiful shrimp. But that's why I wanted to make another one about it. There was a lot of different stories about. Times when that boat that we were having. The thing about it that was helping that boat was I was buying brand new pumps, those submergible pumps here, and and that's what keep that boat going, man. And so that's the one that let me, make good trips on that boat. But there was a time that there was a guy here from Corpus Christi, an older guy there named David Solis. I used to call him B, uh, what is it? That guy's name? TP. TP. Uh, but anyway, that guy right there, he was in the penitentiary with me on the stale unit. But anyway, he was out with me shrimping. He's an older guy, man. He's a way older guy, and he was a little shaky and all that kind of stuff. But he went out shrimping, so we went out two-handed on that boat. And we were way up to the east, and we had a little trip going. And that boat right there, you only make 12 days, 13 days, 14 days at the most. I was loading 4,000 gallons of fuel at a time. That's all it would give me 2 weeks, and which is pretty much all I needed because at that time, you could go in and out there and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, it was one time that it got a little choppy on us, and we were already going home. We had already put in the 12, 13 days, so we were going home, and it got choppy. We were running home towards Aransas, and it was blowing a southeastern. So more of that boat, one thing about that wooden hull boats, they're corks. They stay on top of the water, man. Those damn boats, they're not like steel hulls. They dip and the seas hit them and catch. On a wooden hull, no, the boat will stay on top of the seas or whatever. They'll bounce right up. So. But anyway, it got kind of choppy on us, and when we were running, you got your stabilizers down where keep the boat from rolling so much. But we were running, and one of the stabilizers broke, busted the chain, so we lost it. So we were only had one stabilizer on one side that was keeping the boat from rolling so much. But then after a while, the other one broke too because man, we were rolling pretty good, riding that southeastern towards the house, and so we lost that second one too. We lost the stabilizer, so that boat started rolling like crazy, man. And we were running, and all of a sudden, everything turned off. The engine turned off, the generator turned off, and because the boat was rolling bad, man, and it hit one of them bad rolls. I don't know what the hell happened, but I had to run downstairs into the engine room, and sure enough, I seen the batteries had fallen off, had fallen off of the shelf where they were at, and had rolled off. And when they fell down, it broke that damn cable on the on the on the on the the starter. Well, but the thing is, that wasn't that killed the engine. What killed the engine was the the fuel. I guess when you roll in real bad, it'll start slushing that rust inside those fuel tanks, and they'll clog up the fuel line. The fuel line, the main fuel lines that's feeding the engine. And so that's why everything went dead. The engine, the main engine, and the generator. And that really worries the hell out of me when the generator turns off, because if that generator turns off, that pump ain't working. And we had a flowing river inside that boat. The Captain Rabbit, there was always a flowing river in there. So wow, man. So man, you talk about me at that time when I was running that, working that boat right there, the Captain Rabbit. I was a real shaky guy. I was always shaky. It always worried me, and it always put a lot of a strain on me, man. I mean, But anyway, we had to get in there and put all those batteries back on and connect all the damn cables the way it was supposed to. And then I had to break the fuel line, the main fuel line from the tank, at the end of the tank, break it and stick a wire in there, move it and slush it around and get the flow come back out. And then hook up the fuel line back in there, and you gotta bleed the engine. You gotta flush, bleed the fuel where it'll start up. And that's when I started, cranked up the engine, then I cranked up the damn generator again. And so we were on our way again, but we had to go real slow. Well, not slow, but the thing is that rough weather had us going there, that damn. But anyway, that was one of the times there that it really scared the shit out of me that if it would because you never know when, especially when you're running like that and you're getting too close to a rig or something like that, and then all of a sudden the boat turns off on you, and the seas will get you, and it'll move that damn boat. I mean the current. So we were drifting towards the rig. So we were in a hurry trying to get things going there. But I got lucky and I did. We got things going. We were back on the road again. Uh, but those are the kind of things that went on with that boat there. There was one time when I went in and Aransas, and I even took that boat up. And at the end of the Brown Harbor, there's a little where you put the skiff in the water. One of them launchers, but anyway, I went and banked that boat right up on there as far as I could, and then I dropped one outrigger down where I got the boat listed to one side, where I had that crack that crack on the fiberglass on the water line. I had it up where I could put a patch on it, which I did. I got a big old 4x8 plywood and bolted it. Put a lot of black tar and stuff all around on it, and then I nailed it. Not nailed it, but I screwed it. Screwed it in. Try to stop that leak. But now I went out shrimping again on that, and nah, the boat was still leaking. So I made a trip. I made another trip, and when I came back in, We went to go look on the side of the boat where I had put that plywood on there, the patch, and it was gone. There was no wood around. It was just the boat, the damn boats that I had used to screw it in. They were just sticking out, and there was no wood. The water pressure had eaten up that damn plywood, man. I mean, just so so no, I still had that problem there with that damn boat. But there was a friend of ours there from Corpus Christi that he was working with me real close with me all the time, and so a guy named Romeo. out of Corpus Christi, and the T-Heads. He had a boat there, and I always worked with him, and he would always help me out and stuff like that. But he's the one that talked to a old guy there in Corpus Christi, and they let me borrow a little money to haul out the boat to fix that fiberglass. And that's what we did. We took it to Palacios, and Mike Lagasse there pulled the boat out, and they fixed the fiberglass crack that it was on there. And then I told him to go ahead and change you know, the shaft. You got that thing for the stuffing box, that thing ring that pushes in the packing. All wore out. It was too thin, so I told him to put a new one. And what they do, they cut it in half, and they just uh, weld a bolt on there where you can put it around the shaft and then bolt it on and use it like that. And that's what he did. And but still, the new one was a lot of thick, where that the old one was too wore out. That shaft was sitting down. So when he put the new thing on there for the packing, it picked up the shaft, and we didn't. Well, Mike never mentioned it about having to reline that engine, so we didn't. So I had started having trouble, man. I went out shrimping, and I was on my way. We had already stayed I guess 10, 11 days, and I was on my way in. I was coming into Freeport, and right when I got to the Freeport jetties, boom, something happened, and the RPM started going high, and the boat stopped. And I said, "Damn, what's going on?" So the engine was full speed, but the boat wasn't moving. I said, wait a minute, what the hell? I had to slow it, knocked it out of gear and stuff, and went to go see what the hell was going on. And sure enough, I put it in gear again, and the shaft was turning, but the boat wasn't moving. So that tells me that the shaft broke in somewhere in between from the engine to the back of the propeller there. So, you know, in that shaft log in there somewhere, it had broken. And I got lucky. There was a guy coming in behind me, and I singled him down where he came and picked me up and towed me in. Towed me in. And when we got to Freeport, I got a diver to go in there and go see what's going on under there. And sure enough, the shaft was laying up against the rudder, and it had slid back, but the shaft was broken. It was I don't know, about 4 feet or 5 feet in the shaft log there. So we had to get towed in. I had a guy from Freeport come pick me up. That's when I was managing the Conejo del Mar. So I called the captain that was running. I think it was Eddie, and I called him to come help me pick up the boat and take it to Palacios to haul it out again. So we did, and that's what he came into Freeport and helped me pull that Captain Rabbit back to Palacios to go to the shipyard. And we put it up on the railway again, and they had to order a new shaft, and it took a long time to get that shaft. And I think it was a shipyard machine shop from Aransas Pass is the one that ordered it, but it took them about 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks to get that damn shaft, man. But anyway, finally I got the boat back. I got the boat back, and, and that's when I was in Palacios after we had put it back in the water, uh, getting ready to load up the boat to get ready to go shrimping. And then I met Augustin Fulter was there. You remember the guy that owned the boat in Newport News, Virginia? That I went and made a trip on that boat, and the boat that I took to New Bedford, Massachusetts, and I got all that stuff happened over there where I stabbed a guy and all that. Well, he was there. That was the guy. He was the owner, Custom Fulter. And I said, "What the hell are you doing here in Palacios, man?" And he said, "No, well, I'm looking for a boat. He wanted to buy another boat, scalloping." And I told him about that. There was one in Aransas. I don't remember what was the name of that boat, but there was a big boat there in Aransas that would have been a perfect ideal boat for scalloping. So we got together about that by getting together about later on. But no, I got dressed. I loaded up the boat and got ready to go shrimping again on the Captain Rabbit. But the thing is that after that, we went out shrimping. The boat had a vibration on it. It couldn't get rid of the vibration. So I went back in and hired a guy to reline that engine again, reline it, and which we did. And I went back out, and no, that vibration was still there, man. And I said, "Well, what the hell, man?" And then I finished the trip, and I took it into Aransas, and the transmission on the boat started slipping because of the vibration, and it was messing up the transmission, man. So I had to pull that transmission out of there and put some new bearings in it. I did it myself. Rebuilt that transmission, put bearings on it and all that. To tear that thing down, man, I had to, was a come-along, picked it all the way up, took it off of that engine, hung that engine up to pull the transmission off, and then pick up the transmission all the way up to come out the back of the cabin there. Uh, because I don't know how far down is it to the engine room. It's about 10 feet or 11 feet or something like that. And then you come all the way up to get on, go out the door to get on the back deck, So, but I finally made it and start tearing down that transmission. So, but anyway, that's what I wanted to start talking about this one and on the Captain Rabbit, because there was a few other things that we want to talk. I want to different stories about this boat here. But I started working on that transmission, got it all ready, and I was ready to go shrimping, and something happened in Corpus Christi. It was Romeo over there at the Tea Heads. He was out because he would go out shrimping on that boat and go by himself, man. And he liked to drink a little liquor sometimes, and I don't know what happened, but he was out and he came in. And he was picking up the net. And, he makes a turn right there inside the jetties. I mean, inside the Corpus Christi bullheads there to pick up the nets, and then before coming to the Tea Heads, well, he hit the bulwarks and it made a big old hole on the bow of the boat, and made a half turn and sunk on him, and it caught him inside that cabin. But let me tell you, I want to write another story about this one. So good morning.